Lin Manufacturing provides the following information. We have beginning balances for direct materials, work in process, finished goods, manufacturing overhead, and then a whole lot of facts here, 1 through 13. And then the problem says, if Lin assigns manufacturing overhead of $90,000, what will be the balance in direct materials, work in process, and finished goods inventories at the end of the month? Okay, so what we need to do is start with the direct materials inventory. And the problem says that our opening balance is $70,000. So that's our opening balance. And then it says direct materials costing $340 were used. So we're going to add that in. And then it says direct materials of $330 were used in production. So if we say 330,000 goes out to production, then what's our ending balance? Well, 340 minus the 30, that looks like 80 will be our ending balance in direct materials. So then let's look at work in process inventory. So we're going to start with our opening balance of the 180. And then we're going to add direct labor. I guess we could start with direct materials. So this direct materials of 330, right? It transferred out of direct materials into work in process. So we have 330 here. That came from there, right? And then we're going to have direct labor. So our direct labor, it says, was 460. And then the problem told us our manufacturing overhead was 90. And it says that completed units with a manufacturing cost of 780 were transferred to finished goods. All right, so we know 780 was transferred out. All right, so if we do that math, the 180 plus the 330 plus 460 plus the 90 minus 780, I get 280 as my ending balance and work in process. Okay, so then that brings us to finished goods inventory. So finished goods had an opening balance of 300. And then we transferred this 780. So I'm going to show that transferring of 780 into finished goods. And then the problem says units with a manufacturing cost of 830 were sold. So these 830 units, these were transferred out to cost of goods sold. So if I do that math, 300 plus the 780 minus the 830 will give me $250,000 is my ending balance in finished goods inventory. And that's what it asks for. Direct materials, work in process, and finished goods inventory. Then part B says, what is the balance in manufacturing overhead? All right. Manufacturing overhead. Well, let's see here. First, we have $10,000 in indirect. Indirect materials, 10,000. So that takes care of that. Then we have Supervisor salaries of 36. All right, so that's 36,000. Gonna add that in. Indirect labor of 25. Add that in. Depreciation on the factory equipment, that's going to be overhead. That's $30,000. Then utilities, that's another overhead expense. Then we have insurance costs of $5,000. Property taxes of $3,000. And then out of manufacturing overhead, we subtracted or we allocated 90,000 to WIP. So I'm going to put the 90,000 on here and I'm going to show it as negative. And let's do this math. So 10 plus 36 plus 25 plus 30 plus 16 plus 5 plus 3, 125 minus the 90 leaves me with $35,000 is my ending balance in manufacturing overhead.